Have our Fair Board President, Cheryl Lee, with us. Good morning, Cheryl. And wait, first of all, I do want to say, not had her lately as my co-host. She's been calling, so it's so good to see Denise Newkirk, my co-host this morning, in the reel.
I am so glad to be here. I think it's been like 15 months, but I haven't missed a Tuesday.
No,
so.
that's exactly right. By phone.
By
Glad
phone.
to have you this morning. We do have coming in strong next year as our president. So I guess you'd be the vice president, right? Yep. We have Jeremy Hardwick, and good morning.
Good morning.
And everyone. So we are ready and kicking off the fair, and let's kind of go over the weekend. And Cheryl, tell us a little bit about all the things that have been happening so far at the fair.
Oh, wow. We've had lots of stuff happening
Yes.
here. So we started off with the baby contest this weekend, and that went really well. Thank you, Becky. We appreciate all your hard work on that. We also had the Teen and Queen opening night. The last night, the carnival rides, there was a great crowd up here. We also had the parade on Sunday, but we've had a really good turnout and lots of good things going on.
I want to touch a little bit of some of the events you were talking about. First of all, the baby contest was so much fun because we did have a huge turnout, and I think we've had a lot of babies born that maybe we haven't got to see.
Yes.
So it was very, very happy, and I was bragging on actually Bailey Hardwick, your daughter, for helping out. And she said, "What can I do to help?" And I love that attitude. And she was such a young lady, but also a mature young lady, very, very good. And so she was actually, she wore a couple of crowns being Miss Teen 2 years ago and helping out. And I appreciate her help. And then let's talk about the parade. I was talking with some of the ladies, Shelley Smith, who helps out with the parade, and we were talking about the Shriners and getting them and how awesome that was. And that's a special treat. That's not something that it's kind of a little bit difficult to even get them. And of course, they were a blast, and they were very personal. They were high-fiving, the kids and going up on two. And I said, I'm going to have to get me some of that stuff. I don't know where you get that fun toys, but I'm going to have to get
I think you would be dangerous turning loose on that,
Denise, I would love for you and I to take a little bit of an insert with the Shriners. I'm sure they would follow our lead.
I
I'm
can
sure.
picture it right now.
Yeah, I could too. So that was so much fun. And then going back to of course, last night, the Queen, we want to say congratulations to Aspen White, our Queen and Washington County Queen. And you'll see her throughout the week. And please stop and say hi to her and talk to her. And she would love to get photos with you. We also have our teen. Thompson, Lily Thompson, who's just a doll, and she would love that too. So stop by and see Lily too throughout the week, and of course her court and all of them, and they love to get photos. So it's a good photo opportunity. So then everyone up here on the top up here, watching everybody eating. I saw more funnel cakes, more elephant ears. I think we've all been,
have missed those fun fair foods.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, Cheryl, and I didn't know you were going to do it again, but the cinnamon roll are back.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And that is very dangerous. And I saw a lot of people getting those too. Jeremy, I think whenever, they know your name, that means that you go there often.
Yep, that could be.
But anyway, so how exciting it is. So what do we got going on? And so tell us some other events going on.
Well, tonight we have the KOI Drags, which we're pretty excited about. So that'll be drag racing for UTVs, ATVs, and four-wheelers. And it will be in the grandstands. It starts at 7 o'clock. And so we're excited about that. And then tomorrow night will be the dirt bike racing, which we're pretty excited about that. We haven't had that here before. And the promoter he's excited to come here, and they'll be working all day tomorrow getting the track built and jumps built and things like that. So we're excited about that. Thursday night will be wrestling. MW
is that mud wrestling or is that real wrestling?
No,
is that SmackDown?
No, it's not mud wrestling. Although if it rained enough, I guess we could turn it into that. But thank God for the good weather.
Oh,
this week.
Perfect.
It's just been awesome. I felt so bad last week for the festivals and stuff that was going on. But this week, it's been really, really good weather so far, and it looks like it's going to be a chance of rain Saturday night, but a little rain on the demo track doesn't hurt.
Oh, and nobody cares.
So MCIW Wrestling will be Thursday night, and then Friday night will be our Thunder Valley Racing, and then we'll end the week with the Demolition Derby on Saturday night.
And that is something that is tradition, that demo derby on Saturday. And people that you will have not seen all year long, you will see. This is the time to come out and see everyone.
And we do have reserved seating set up. We will be selling it for the Demolition Derby. It can be bought in the Fair Board office. It's just an additional $2 to get a chair with a back and sit right next to the track, which makes it exciting. So,
Very much worth $2.
yeah. So the admission price is $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and then an extra $2 if you want the reserved seating. So,
And what
we've
I
got-
noticed about the crowd last night, have your crowds at the Fair Queen contest, the auditorium was filled. And have you noticed that then yesterday and your opening day here?
Yes. The midway was full last night.
Yeah.
It was completely full. And it was so nice to see just people standing around in little groups talking. At the picnic tables, you would have people talking and to see, I haven't seen you in a while. That's really what it's all about. And to see the kids' smiles and when they're riding the merry-go-round and the rides, there are some new rides up here this year, so that's pretty exciting.
All right, I want to hit all that, so let's go back to that. But Jeremy, we got a 4-H'er with us, and I can't believe how quiet. I am so amazed that we've got a little goat with us here. And tell us about who do we have with us?
We have Leah Hobson. She shows boar goats, and the meat goat show is at 9 o'clock this morning.
Well,
and so she's been
come over here, Leah.
preparing goats this morning,
Come
Yeah,
here.
little goats. She's not sure she wants to go.
Yeah, I know.
and she's a little.
She's scared
camera
of
shy.
us. Hi there. Hi. Do they like to be rubbed on their ears? So, tell us a little bit about your goat, Leah. What kind of goat is this? A boar goat? Okay. And how do you show a goat? So what is our goat's name? Joey. Oh, so I didn't know Joey was a boy. Come here, Joey. How cute.
Well, once you have them and you've raised them to this point, is it just really hard to have this time whenever I'm assuming that does the goat get sold now, or do you wait a while? Is it?
Are you going to sell Joey at auction? Oh, yeah. Joey, I might have to have you. Can I have a goat? Oh my goodness. So have you been working with him a lot and have you got attached to him? Not really. Okay. So what about Joey, and how old is Joey? Not too old. He's a baby. Will he get much bigger? All right. And can he be potty trained? So tell us about the goats. Okay. All right. Well, that's not a bad idea. Clean up too. Tell us a little bit about the goats and and give us more information about how the goat show runs.
Today we've got the meat goat show. So you have
And Joey's a meat goat.
yes.
Okay.
And he's a boar. There are other meat goats. There are painters and Kikos. There's multiple breeds, and so.
And what are they?
He's still young.
Uh-huh.
He could grow to be 150 pounds.
Oh. Yeah, he could. He's like.
Big, so.
All right. And so, what do the judges? Do they? Is this showmanship, or is this more?
They do a showmanship for how the kids perform, but they also do they judge the goat itself first, and they look at different features like the width and the length and the muscle tone. So the judges look at several characteristics on the meat goats.
All right, and tell us about yourself. And how many years have you been in? Tell us your name and again. So it's Leah. It's been a few years at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been with us for a while.
Yeah. And do you
About
bring?
5 years or so.
Oh wow, yeah. Do you bring anything else besides goats? A cow. All right. Which do you prefer to show, the cow or the goat? Both. Awesome. And you are what grade are you in at Eastern High School or Eastern School? Seventh grade at Eastern. Well, that's
Wow.
young. Yay. So, so when you're not in school, this is what you do. Do you love being in 4-H? Yeah. Yeah. Now, if tonight, if people come to the fair and they want to walk and see Joey, will Joey be on display for everyone to see?
Yep, he'll be in the goat barn.
So, what is your week like up here? Do you spend most of your day up here during this week, or and how much fun is it? I used to drop my kids off, and back in those days they spent the night.
I always spent the night.
I don't think
That's when they
bad
stopped.
side.
That's when they stopped.
Yeah, but you guys don't do that anymore, right? Yeah, probably a good reason.
Yeah.
But how much fun have you had? Is it just great?
Have you met some new friends from others? Isn't that awesome? Because you have you have 2 other schools. I mean, 2 other county schools here. Isn't that fun to meet new friends? Yeah. Yeah. And so, have you had to bathe Joey? Joey looks like he just had a fresh bath. Yeah. What do you use on his hair? Baby shampoo or?
Whatever mom and dad get.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if he had to have a special conditioner or, So, well, we wish you a lot of luck. And when you sell Joey, I hope you make a lot of money. And of course, that helps out, right? It helps pay for all of Joey's food that he's been eating. And also maybe put into a little bit of an account for maybe school or whatever or maybe your first car, right? Yeah. Mom's like, maybe. But, well, Joey, is this normal? Usually they're louder. He's being really good, isn't he?
Some of them, he is being very good. Some of them are really vocal, and
He's trying to figure out how
some
to
of
leave
them
his
are
bench is what
not.
he's doing.
Yeah. Well, we've had before the fainting goats, and we've had them faint on air. So I appreciate that that we didn't have the fainting ones this time, because that scared me. So Joey, we appreciate you coming with us this morning, and we appreciate you for sure. And how awesome! Good luck tonight or today. What time do they show?
9 o'clock the meat goat show, and then I think it's 5 this evening is the dairy beef show.
Okay. All right. Is that open to the public?
Yes.
If you want to come see and watch them show, which is really fun to do. Let's support our 4-H'ers. And
there is no charge to watch the show.
No charge, yeah. Well, thank you so much, and we'll let you get back to and I appreciate Joey being so awesome on radio and TV. We appreciate that. So, all right, thank you, Joey. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Leah.
That was pretty impressive, yeah. And usually, though, they're so loud, so Joey was very well behaved.
Yep.
He had poise.
And I have to say, Becky, back on that idea of spending the night, I was suspicious because my kids do not have farm animals. So,
So that they would be wanting to spend the night.
they would want to spend the night in the farm barn.
Well,
yes.
actually, it was so much of an experience, and I understand the reasons that it's no longer. But waking up early morning and getting your animal ready, I guess getting when the sun comes up and you hear the other farm animals. And you wake up and usually, you're sleeping on some straw or maybe possibly if you have a cot. And there's just that feeling. Those are memories that I'll never forget.
Right.
Never, ever forget. And so thankful that I had that opportunity, and to meet and people that that you're hanging out with from other schools that you've never met before. You meet new friends that just and that responsibility of knowing how important it is to make sure that your pet or your animal has plenty of water, plenty of food, and changing bedding, and just all that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's just not this week. I mean, they put a lot of time at home in these animals,
Right.
and we need to remember that. Yeah. So, yeah, Denise.
Now, I passed a couple of farms that have show pigs and cows, and every day they're out there walking them and messing with them, and
Yeah.
and, it's neat to see the process of them getting ready.
Right. Well, when we were getting set up, we just walked by and there was a girl with her pig, and just the pig was just walking right next to her. That's not normal. You know what I mean? That pig has been worked with. You know. Yeah, you can't just take a pig and do that.
Walk it down the street.
No,
Walk
no,
it down
no,
the
no, no,
street
no,
at
no.
the fair.
Unless you are Green Acres armored. Yeah. So, but what fun! We appreciate that to see that side, because there are so many different sides that go into the fair, and the fair it brings so many parts of our county together. We talked about this yesterday. Becky DeWeese talked about that. How you have your merchants, you have your farmers, you have your your commercial, you have individuals. I mean, everybody. There's so many different parts that make up this county fair, and that's why it is pretty unique. It's not always like that, right?
Right.
I'll let you explain a little bit how.
So we are the Farmers Merchants Fair. So we work really hard to bring all that together in our community. There's many fairs that are only 4-H or only farming things, or only merchants and rides, and they don't have that agricultural aspect. And we're really blessed here to be able to bring it all together.
Mm-hmm. And how awesome is it that this fair is free? For years, and of course, even parking is free. And for years, people, I know, people have said, you could make money if you paid for parking, if you charged a gate fee for them to come up on top of the hill. But that's something that every fair board and all of our ancestors, and the power, the gods that be before us, have always felt true that let's not do that, and let's keep it free. And how has that been as a president, and now soon to be the vice president stepping in? How has that mattered to you?
Well, the commissioners help us. That's one of their goals as well as ours, is to keep it a free fair. I've heard people make the comment, well, it's not free. It costs a lot to bring kids up there. And it can cost a lot. But, we talked a little bit yesterday about pre-planning. If you don't have a lot of money to eat the food, we want you to enjoy the fair food, but you can always eat dinner at home and then come up and get you just a funnel cake. But we want people who don't have the money to pay for parking or pay to enter the gates. We want you to be able to come up. There's lots of free stuff to do. We have free entertainment here in this shelter house almost every night. Last night we had Greg Rhodes. He was awesome. Heard a lot of great comments about him. He comes almost every year. And so we have free entertainment here almost every night. And that's just open while you're sitting and eating, or we have bleachers over here. You can just sit and enjoy the music. And then, like I said, watching the kids show, that's awesome. That's free. You can come in. So there are lots of things to do up here that's free. We do have shuttle service this year from the bottom of the hill to the top. I want to thank West Washington Schools Corporation for letting us use their buses. And we had a lot of comments and complaints on that. People miss those shuttles. And we do too. We really miss the shuttles. But with the year that we've had in the past year, none of the implement dealers had used tractors that were appropriate for the shuttles. Mm-hmm. We had lots of people offer to hook their truck to it and do it with their truck, but that won't work because there's no brakes on the shuttles. The tractors are used to hold them back going down the big hill and to pull them up the hill. So we are very thankful for the shuttle service with the school buses. To get people up to the top of the hill, because it is a little hike for some,
Absolutely.
I need to do it more, but but it is a little hike for those who.
You'll be getting your exercise.
I was going to say, I think you've got your steps in.
Yeah, I have definitely got my steps in.
Yeah. Well, I think that, and I'm glad you explained that, because I know that it's changed, and my favorite ride ever is the shuttle bus. Okay.
Mine too.
So I do love that, and it's kind of even romantic at night, and it's just such a fun thing. But it is something that that right now it makes sense of why it couldn't be used.
Yeah, I mean, we tried in 4 different counties to get tractors, and none of the implement dealers had them. They can't get the new tractors in because of the parts shortage, so they don't have any of the used tractors traded in, and so it just wouldn't happen this year. So we just improvised.
Well, it makes sense, and I appreciate you explaining that. But what a blessing that we still do have something that can accommodate, this year and make it possible. I think sometimes, last year we didn't have all this going on, and everybody's been trying to figure it and make it work. And so what a blessing that we could make it work, and it is possible for everybody to be a part. So wonderful. So I had joined by, and she came in very quietly. We have Hannah, and I'm a huge fan with Hoosier Uplands. And Hannah actually, this is like Hannah's, see, Denise is back and Hannah's back. Hannah had another baby, beautiful girl, and so she's been off a little bit, busy with a new baby. And
that's why I'm late.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the house before 7 a.m. with 2 little ones is harder than you think.
Yeah.
You would think the baby would make it hard, but it's actually the toddler.
And Hannah, I have to say, I love Hoosier Uplands also. I did the marketing for 4 years ago, and it's a wonderful, wonderful business to work for and a family atmosphere.
Yeah, we definitely do our best to keep up with the times, and even in the last year or so with all the
Yes.
and everything that
You've
we've
been
had with
busy.
that, we stay busy, but we've kept at it.
Yeah.
now you haven't missed a beat.
You have good leaders.
Yes,
Yeah, that's exactly
we're
right.
definitely blessed in that area. with
Yeah.
good leaders.
You are.
For sure. Well, and you are here this morning up and at 'em because what do we got going on today?
Yes, today is Senior Day. So
Yay!
We're having a bunch of fun for the seniors like we do every year here at the fair. So they'll be doing some bingo. We'll have some information on Hoosier Uplands and things like that. I'm sure they'll have information on Medicare with Trudy at the AAA office there in Mitchell. I believe there's a free meal included, so anybody wanting to come out and enjoy a free lunch.
Nicest Diner is providing.
I was
meal
about to say,
today.
I wasn't sure who was providing
It is. It's
Well,
a
that was
nice-
the big discussion last night. Who's bringing them food? Who's doing the food?
Nicest
Yeah.
Diner is bringing the food today, and it's going to be really something neat. I think.
We're excited to have that because usually in years past we usually have McDonald's or
Yes.
somewhere provide us with a meal out of donation, and so I'm really excited to try this.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never tried
Oh.
this place.
It's going to be delicious. And I know that the Fair Queen and I think the team too are going to be serving.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's going to be exciting too. And that's good for them to learn to serve.
They love to interact with them and get to know them and
They do.
see how they're doing it throughout the fair because every year is different. So
A new thing that we're having this year also, we are having 3 demonstrators come up. The Quilting Guild is they're going to be setting up a booth, and it's kind of an informal demonstration as people come by and talk to them. They'll just talk about it. And then also the Senior Citizen Center will be over here, and they are going to bring some information on the Senior Citizen Center, as well as some information on, how they cut the plastic bags into strips and they crochet them into mats for homeless people, like the Walmart bags and JC bags. So that'll be interesting to see how they do that. So they'll be working on that, and then the Master Gardeners are also coming and putting on a demonstration. So that'll be
Nice.
interesting. Yeah,
I want to be one someday. That's on my
Me too.
that's on my
Me too.
bucket list. I want to be. I love the Master Gardeners. Yes, yes.
So it'll be fun.
And what time will different times or?
From 10 to 2 will be
Okay.
senior program will be from 10 to 2. You can come and go.
Oh, today. This is on today. Okay. Oh,
yeah, that's today.
wow. That's a packed day
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have a live band here in the shelter that'll be setting up.
today.
Yes.
Nice.
So
Wow.
from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. there will be a live music. Hoosier Uplands will be doing the bingo and information, and then we'll have 3 demonstrators. So
And you
And we
guys
want-
always have such nice gifts.
Yeah.
Such nice bingo
Yes.
gifts.
We do our best. I think Trudy definitely does her best
She
to find things as she goes throughout the year. She just
Mhm.
amasses all these different gifts. for people, so
that's
she does.
awesome. And that's a good point too for people to remember that fair doesn't just happen in a week. People prepare all year long for
Mhm.
it, and it's we've this year has been really good. Last Saturday we had a volunteer day up here, and we had several people come up and help us. Some of the picnic tables and benches were in need of repair, and we had people come up and help do that, and then the landscaping, and it's been a good year so far, just getting ready. So we did have a few little bumps last night, and you can hear the noise behind us. One hour before fair was supposed to start, we noticed a little trickle of water right in front of the fair board office behind us. And as the night went, the trickle turned into a little stream. So we had a nice little stream. So they are up here working on the water leak this morning, and we're hoping we don't lose water. That's one reason the goats were up here. They were up here so early this morning washing water, because there is the possibility we'll be without water for a couple of hours. So
Okay.
we're hoping to not have it.
Too bad it couldn't have been oil.
Yes, no kidding. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, usually during Fair Week, is this fair to say anything that can will go wrong?
And most of the time it happens on Mondays.
Yeah. Well, good. We're getting it over with, right?
But no
Yes.
storms.
Yeah.
That's the
Absolutely.
blessing.
I
It's,
know.
I
100%.
think we're going to have great weather at
Right.
least until maybe a little
Majority
later
of
in
the
the
week
week.
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the majority of the week. I have a question though for you. Whenever your daughter last night gave that wonderful speech, and of course she was the 2019 and 2020 because of COVID delaying. I wanted to know your feelings. She was so emotional talking about her experience as the teen queen.
Yeah, it was a tearjerker for Dad too. So it was a really emotional time. She had a good 2-year span there. Part of that was pretty slow with COVID, but then other parts picked up, and she was able to put in a good term.
And
she
the way
really
I
enjoyed
understand it, she's still putting in time. She helped Becky, and she's helping today, and so.
And she'll be up here. She'll be up here all week with 4-H too. She's really involved with 4-H. So.
And since Dad's incoming president, I have a feeling she'll have several jobs over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
She's practicing, I guess.
We know that when Mom or Dad volunteers for a position, it usually means the whole family gets to help.
I think so. Yeah. And how outstanding, and her growth from, 2 years ago till now was just, when she first came up, to the baby contest and she said, "What can I help with?" I was like, "Bailey, is that you?" I know.
She's
Yeah.
such a beautiful,
Yeah.
inside and out. I mean,
Yeah.
she just has such a heart of gold. She's that way, when she's in the fair board office too, just helping
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
The pageant really helped her a lot. Like I said, 2 years ago, she was real quiet, shy, couldn't hardly speak to just a few people, let alone a group of people. And now she's more outgoing and
I can see
gets
that.
right involved with everything. It's helped her a lot.
I
She
love
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. I think she's a wonderful young woman. But let's go back to on Hoosier Uplands. Hannah, some of the things at Hoosier Uplands, some of the different categories, will you be explaining some of the different resources that Hoosier Uplands has? And for those that are listening right now that maybe can't make it today, and is this free or does it cost to come today?
It is free. Basically, usually they would ask that beforehand that you would call and register for it. Just to get an idea of how many people were going to come. That way we know food-wise, gifts-wise. We didn't want to overdo it if we didn't have too many. So really just kind of having a rough estimate. That's really all. But otherwise, it is free to the community. And so coming out starting at 10, like they said, to come out, have some bingo fun. And like you said, we were talking about the gifts and how she amasses gifts over the year. We technically have 2 years worth because last year did not happen.
Yay.
So we definitely probably have a bunch of awesome gifts to give out to everybody who wants to come out and try for bingo. And some people have bingo stress and stuff like that, or bingo rage.
Bingo rage, yes. That is one thing I've heard you do not take from the seniors at bingo.
No, you do not mess with them. You have to be right on time when calling those numbers, and you do not slow down.
Yeah.
And beyond today, give us a little background. How many counties do you cover? And how many fairs will you be going to?
Yeah, we cover 5 counties altogether. Five counties as a whole. So it's Martin, Orange, Lawrence, Washington, and Crawford County as a whole. This is the only fair we have right now, mostly because of other restrictions and how David wants to handle things with that. So if it's like this, it's outside, so we're able to do it. But places that it's inside, he's not really comfortable doing that yet. Mm-hmm. So right now, this is the only county that we have a fair going right now for Senior Day. So, but we're not going to completely mix out Orange County or Crawford County right now. Those are the other counties that we usually go to. So they happen within the next couple weeks, or usually kind of in the same week with how their fairs go. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see if they still want us to come out.
The Fair Board talked about that. Several fairs are doing away with their Senior Day and Kids Day this year because they do have indoor facilities. But the board talked about it, and with ours all being outdoor, we decided, I said, I feel like this is the year, if anything, that we need to have a day specifically for seniors to get out and to be able to come out and be outside and not have to fight the big crowds, just to come up here and enjoy a little bit of the fair. So I think it's really important that we're having the senior day. And then, of course, tomorrow is Kids Day. And it is all outside.
And you want to give the times and give us a little info on that?
On Kids Day, it'll also be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The rides will be open for, I think it's the last 2 hours of that, noon to 2, I believe. I may have to look that up because it changed a little bit. Yeah, so, and they'll have, if anybody's ever been up here on Kids Day, they have multiple stations, usually 18 to 20 stations for the kids to go through, and all different organizations come up and they have games they play and prizes they win. I know somebody's doing a scavenger hunt tomorrow, and so it'll just be a lot of fun for the kids to come out and enjoy the day.
I got it. I can read it. Okay. Kids Day bracelets are from 12:30 to 2:30. And it was information you sent to me. Okay. So yeah, and it's $10, and that's a good price for 2 hours of riding from 12:30 to 2:30, and that's on Kids Day only on Wednesday. And the way I understand it, or did we sell all of the 3-day bracelets? Although it'd be 2-day bracelets, but still a big savings. Do we have any of those?
Those bracelets are pre-sale only, and I apologize. Someone came to the office this morning and said that someone had just posted that we still had those available. Those bracelets always are pre-sale only. Once the carnival starts, they're done.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
and that is a special deal that this carnival gives us. We have talked to multiple other carnivals. No other carnivals do that. So we're very fortunate to have Brady Amusements to offer that to our community.
Right.
But yeah, it is pre-sale only. So we are not selling those.
Okay. But I do want to say that, on as far as, the prices and the cost, it costs a lot of money, and we know that it's hard to get rides anymore. Years ago you would have more, I guess, people that did rides, and this is something that you picked these people, this group, because of the cleanliness and the family oriented. Tell us about that.
They are very very family oriented. They are awesome to work with, and like I said, they do a lot for our community that people don't realize. They provide fruits and ice usually for Kids Day. They do the signs that we put out around the community, advertising the fair. So they just do a lot for the community that people aren't aware of, as well as, they brought the new rides this year. They've just done a lot. We had a tragic loss actually this last year with, Marty and Elizabeth owned the Brady Amusements, and Miss Elizabeth lost her battle to cancer last year. So that was hard for them, but they have a commitment to the communities that they serve, and they're here doing it.
Yeah. And what a wonderful group, because it's so clean. It was so nice last night. And of course, when the sun goes down and you see all the beautiful lights, we were just like, this is just picture perfect, and it looks like we're going to have another night like that again. So, and reminding anybody that if you are coming to the fair, reminding that we don't allow dogs unless they are security or service animals. Unless they're a service animal, we ask you not to bring Fido up here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fido doesn't want to come. I know mine would have no interest at all.
It's fun, and there's so many people, and we have had several calls of people, wanting to know if we do allow dogs, but it's just not a good mix with this many children around, and,
right.
And the dogs.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think very many dogs want that activity.
Yeah.
So
unless it's chasing the goats.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
you don't want that.
Now, and then also wanting to remind everybody that parking is free. Coming up on the hill is free. So, and how I'm going to tell you how to do the fair on a budget. Okay. You can, fix a meal at home if you want, if you choose, or there are you got the bandstand. You've got also let's see here, the Westview, the pizzas, yes. Please, yes.
It's not all
right.
Really expensive.
But if you choose to, these are different nights if you're coming up every night, on how to do this. And then you can instead use, like if you've ate at home, fed your family at home, then come up here, get an elephant ear or ice cream. Ice cream's really good. Or something like that. But also you can walk around the barns and see all the farm animals. Love that. You can also take a ride up and down the hill. You can walk the midway. And also, like Cheryl Lee said, the free activities, as far as the concerts up here. So really, you can have a wonderful night on a budget.
That's our goal.
Can you tell that's date night for me? I'm very happy on it, though. I think it's so nice, and I think everybody's and just getting caught up with everybody. You don't go very far that you don't meet somebody that you talk to. It's and also don't forget to stop by the merchants booths. I mean, how nice, for the merchants and stop by and talk with them, and that's exciting too.
Yeah, the commercial buildings they look really good this year. I thought there's some new people up here that haven't been before, as well as many that are returning. And we certainly appreciate the merchants coming up and setting up. It's a commitment to be up here for the week, and we appreciate that. In the back of commercial one, new this year is we have a tractor display back there. So that's fun to go back there and look at the tractors and how they've progressed through the years.
I love that. Yeah. And of course, the big question I've had calls, and I'm like, is there going to be bingo at the fair? So
Yes.
The Lions Club's coming in strong. Yes. So they'll have bingo today with Hannah or Hoosier Uplands.
Get your bingo filled.
Yeah. Okay. And again, Hannah, approximately how many do you think you'll have today? What's your guesstimated?
We always hope for a good turnout. Like, or at least if we can get 40 people, we're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Last I heard, it wasn't that many. So anybody who is maybe they were on the fence about it, hearing about today's being Senior Day and not really knowing what to expect, we should have plenty for everybody. So anybody that was on the fence, go ahead, come out. No registration will be needed. Just come out. We'll go ahead and put you on the list and get you all set up for today.
And it's free.
It's free.
It's free. That's wonderful. And boy, you've got a day packed. And of course, Kids Day. So the Senior Day starts at 10, and then Kids Day starts at 10 tomorrow. And I'll be up here with that too. I'm excited about that. It's always fun to see the little ones. And I do love the tradition of keeping them on the same day because we pretty well got the pattern. Yeah. You have to train us, we are trainable. So exciting. And then of course, tonight we are, what's going on at the Midway?
The KOI drags, which would be.
And explain what that is.
It is 4-wheeler, UTV, and ATV drag racing. So they set up a drag lane. They do a process of elimination, and then the ones who make it past the elimination will. And that's the way that, from what I understand, I've never done it, but from what I understand, it's a process of elimination. So you drag. If you win, you go to the line, you drag again. If you win, you go to the line, you drag again. So they just keep eliminating.
I love that.
So, yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
So is that, I wonder if you have a 4-wheeler, I mean, I guess you could see if you could get entered in it.
Yeah, you can come up and they'll put you in the class that your 4-wheeler belongs there. Yeah.
I don't have one.
Denise,
You?
no, but I want one of those Shriners little thing. I want to.
We have a riding mower and it's hit and miss.
Hey,
So it's,
yeah, that's what I have what about a mower? Yeah, Denise and I are I'm way too fast on my mower. So I know, that's, but that's going to be fun. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting.
Yeah. So then that is tonight, Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night is let's go back over the events. On Wednesday night
Wednesday night is the dirt bike racing.
Dirt bike.
Yes. So they're going to build some jumps down there in front of the stands.
How much fun. Oh, I love that.
So they'll be racing. He is expecting about 100 bikes to come to race. So they have motorbikes and quads, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, motorbikes and quads. So.
And again, if you have a dirt bike, and those are so much fun too and very popular.
Yes.
I like the variety. That really, I mean, you work hard, and this is something real quick. I know I'm backtracking, but you start actually early on these events, creating these events, correct?
Yes, yeah. So, we had the truck pulls, and they work all day getting the truck pull strip ready. And then they have to tear that down and get ready for the next event. So yeah, it's an all day thing to get ready for an event in the grandstands because that's a multi-purpose multi-purpose track. You know,
Mhm.
use it for so many different things. So they're hauling dirt today and dumping it down there so that they can build the jumps tomorrow.
Love that. Get them high, right? Pikes Peak, right up there.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It is promoted by High Fly
Yes.
Motocross
Out of Scottsburg, near Scottsburg.
near Scottsburg,
Oh,
just out 56 West here, and they're gonna build some jumps, and I guess they're gonna chase their name of high flying. And
I love it.
Oh, 100 bikes. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hmm. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody's listening right now and they want to be a part, just
They are having, so they will, the event actually starts at 7 tonight. The event tomorrow night, the fly high starts at 7 also. But I think he said they were going to start practicing at 5. So they would need to be up here and signed in and make sure they have all their safety gear. I'm not sure what all is needed for that. That's something they'll have to talk to him about when they're down there.
wear your helmets. Helmet.
I'm sure that will be required.
I'm sure. Okay, so then that is, go ahead.
And then Thursday night we have the MCIW wrestling.
Wear your helmet.
So the wrestling, they are coming in and they will set up right in front of the grandstands. We are going to have 100 ringside seats, so there'll be 25 on each side, and those are first come, first serve, and then of course the grandstands will be available also.
You know, wrestling is so much fun, and of course it's all real, so we know that.
Yes, absolutely.
That, and so will these be local people that'll be wrestling, or is these are
There are some local people,
okay?
but there are a lot that come from other areas.
Okay.
I don't know a whole lot about wrestling, but I do know that there's been a couple of people in the community I've talked to that are wrestling fans, and they're really excited about this group that's coming. So
Love that. Oh, wrestling is very popular.
yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch and be a part of. You know, you got to be that that screamer on the side.
Yeah. And then Friday night at 7 p.m. we'll have the Thunder Valley Raceways. We'll be putting on their fair race, and that's always exciting.
What will be racing? I'm sorry, would that be like different the cars? I mean, well, I know that, but like, will that be the Thunder? Well, we will. We'll try to get some more. Yeah, we'll get through the week. But I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
No,
Cheryl.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
they'll have multiple classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll have more stock cars and Crown Vic series and the late models, and
Awesome.
I don't know exactly which categories they've got, but I know they've got
It is
a few.
listed on their site.
Okay, awesome.
The Thunder Valley Raceway site. They do have the classes listed on there.
Awesome. And then, of course, let's talk about, and that was Friday. So what's
Yes.
Saturday?
Saturday will be the Demolition Derby.
Yay.
Yeah. So we're expecting a big crowd for that also. Isaiah McVeigh is the promoter for that. He does a great job of putting that on, and he's going to have a couple of, I think, new classes this year that will hopefully allow more local guys to just get their car ready and come.
Love that. Love that. That was always because, I was being raised, in the family, we always, went to the demo derbies and watched. And that was always the uniqueness, the creativeness of the pit crew or the people working on the car.
Right.
How creative you could be, but, you got to stay in guidelines,
Yes.
but you can push.
There are lots of rules.
Lots of rules.
And they start early,
They
Yes.
putting
do.
those cars together.
Getting those all together.
All winter.
Yeah.
They usually
Yeah.
start working on them in the fall and work all winter on them.
But, the gentleman over it said, I remember at a meeting, he said he really wants to make sure that we stay family friendly. And and I love that. That was very important to him, to have a really good, clean show.
Yes, absolutely. We do want to remind everyone that the fairgrounds is county property, and there is a county ordinance. There is no alcohol allowed on the fairgrounds or the fair property. And that is one thing that they will really be watching for during the grandstand events, especially.
Right.
We know we talk about this. The Fair Board actually goes to a state convention of fairs and festivals in January.
Yeah.
And we talk about various things that fairs and festivals are dealing with. And that's one thing. When you have something, especially with 4-H involved and kids involved, you can't have alcohol there. I mean, I know that there are adults that drink responsibly, and that's one thing. But to have something like that at an event where there's a lot of children around and you're doing it for the kids, that's
Right.
what the event's for. You just can't mix those things.
Right.
And like I said, with the county ordinance, that is something that will be watched a lot this year. So just so people know, don't try to sneak your coolers in because there will be someone watching.
And I appreciate that. And I think I appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate him saying that he really wants it family friendly. And we want that to be, and we wanted everybody to enjoy themselves. And that's what did you actually get to go this January or?
We did not. We did a virtual.
That's what I thought.
Virtual,
Okay. That's what I
yes.
thought. Because I think that's so important to realize that in January, when it's cold outside and we're going down the slopes, sledding, they're actually working on our warm fair.
Yes.
And was that good to do it virtual kind of?
But, the virtual meeting wasn't bad at all. The thing that we miss the most is when you go up there, there's a huge convention and there's a room full of booths and it's just people set up booth after booth after booth. That's where we come up with Silly Safari that comes on Kids Day, the balloon guy that comes on Kids Day that everybody calls every year and says, is he going to be there? So the free entertainment, Greg Rhodes, that's where we met him. And our treasurer, Kevin Stewart, is actually on the state committee this year. So there's a lot. They have a show both nights, Friday night and Saturday night, a main event show where you can actually see the performers perform because not every performer is a fit for every fair. And so it's nice to be able to see them perform and see how they interact with the crowd and see if you feel like that they're a good fit for your event.
Well, in January, our COVID numbers were so unpredictable and high. At that time, when did you really make the choice and make the decision that you were going to have the fair this year?
We didn't actually make the final decision until really the 1st of May.
Oh, yeah.
When you say we are for sure going to go full force. I mean, we've been planning the whole time, but not knowing, the restrictions from the health department
Right.
And everything. We had to wait till last minute to do a lot of the plans, even though we've been working on it pretty much since all year.
Sure.
But we did have to wait to make the final plans.
Well, I think everyone is just chomping at the bit to be back to normal. And this is such an exhibit of trying to get back to normal. It's just wonderful to see everybody up here and have the activities.
And masks are welcome if you don't feel comfortable being out without a mask. If you don't feel comfortable or you haven't been vaccinated, either one, you can wear a mask. Most of our stuff is all outdoors. Even the commercial buildings have the garage doors open on both ends, so there's always fresh air flowing through, and there's not really any areas that's closed up. So
We have hand sanitizer stations sitting around. So
yeah,
That's great.
the health department gave us the hand washing stations to use, and then we acquired 2 pallets of hand sanitizer. So we got all kinds of pallets, all kinds of hand sanitizer.
Every corner.
Yes. So please use that after you get off rides. Use the hand sanitizer and just be smart about it.
Absolutely. And that's yeah, exactly. And whatever your comfort level is,
Yes.
the main thing is we'd love to see you and come out and get caught up. And this is so important to our county. This is so valuable and something that we treasure and we look forward to. And everybody that comes in part of it, we're volunteers. But we're volunteers because we invest in the community and we believe and we love our community and we know how important this is to our community.
Yes.
And Fair Week is you start off all fresh and shiny, and then by Saturday night you're exhausted. You've done it right. Yeah.
I feel like I lost my fresh and shiny last week.
Okay. Oh, you're still fresh and shiny. You're still fresh and
Now I
shiny.
come to the point where I'm just get out of bed early, get up here, get things done. So
Yeah. Get cracking.
that's one thing. Many of our volunteers are up here till well after midnight each night and back up here between 6 and 7 every
Absolutely.
morning. So it's fun, but at the end of the week you are exhausted.
Yeah. And a lot of our volunteers have taken actually their vacation day.
Yeah.
So they're on vacation. I have to remind everybody, So, and even though they enjoy what they're doing or, whatever activity they're a part of, but also, they're on vacation too.
Yes.
So I have to always remind my family if I'm on vacation, but not this week though. But anyway, but it is a blessing for everyone to get back. And so let's go back over for anybody listening about the rides. What times does everything kick off, and the buildings? What time they open?
The rides, everything up here, pretty much everything on top of the hill starts at 6 p.m. The food booths are supposed to be open. The rides start at 6 p.m. Except for the animal shows, they are throughout the day. So they've already started this morning, and they will be going on throughout the day.
And of course, the cattlemen and the pork producers have got good food.
Oh my goodness, the ribeyes last night by the cattlemen were awesome.
They just.
I was riding. We have a monitor that rides on each bus, and I was riding the first part of the night because the lady that signed up wasn't able to be here, and so I was riding it. And every time we'd go back past their grill, I'm just like, I've got to get one.
Throw me one out the window. I am the president. That's great.
And Hannah, you have a big day today, and I already see people sitting across the way where it's happening.
Anticipators.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
It's always, it's going to be good when you already have people here and we're not even set up yet.
I know.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Yeah. And again, give your information. What time?
Yep, we start at 10 here promptly. We'll probably give a little bit of information about Medicare, when the open enrollment will be, Hoosier Uplands, home health care and hospice, and everything that entails with that. And then, of course, it'll be bingo for probably an hour or so, just before getting ready for lunch. And then free meal from, I forget who you said.
Nicest
Diner.
in Salem.
Yeah, and then the live band.
Wow.
Come out, enjoy that, dance sometimes, enjoy that while we check out the animals too.
I love that.
While we have you here, if anyone would need services from Hoosier Uplands, do you have a number to give everyone?
Yeah, anybody that has any kind of questions, because not everybody only needs home health or hospice or any information on Medicare. I mean, we have the Head Start, we have housing, we have all of our other minor programs with case managers and our tobacco cessation. It's just scratching the surface of everything that Hoosier Uplands does. So anybody with any questions can call 812-849-4447, the main office in Mitchell.
Okay.
All right, awesome. And we've got a lineup tomorrow. I cannot remember who is going to be with us in the morning. I know Brad will be here. He's chomping at the bit to be a part of this too. He loves Fair Week. And of course, I know we'll have Groby's one day, and I know Jason Petmeyer will be coming in one day and helping me co-host. So we're going to have a fun week here at the fair. We'll be here every morning broadcasting at 8 a.m. And thank you for letting us have this wonderful gazebo area. This is kind of our setup, and we love to hear the animals in the background, and that bad. We feel like they're cheering us on, And Denise, I'm so glad to get you back as co-host.
So glad to be in person. And do we have a list of our sponsors, or do we just need to say we are so appreciative for the sponsors who bring Coffee Club every day?
Yeah.
They're wonderful sponsors, and we just want to thank them for doing what they do to help out the community and bringing us this broadcast.
Absolutely. We have Addison, who's working back at the station. It's the family farm. So Addison, anyway, we'll let her get the sponsor list for us and thank them. And thank you, Addison, for that. But anyway, thank you, Denise. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Hannah. And let's see it come. And remember, thank these two. And I'm every one of them at the fair for all the hard work they put into them, and encourage them. And let's throw some great positives our way to the Washington County Fair. And come out and see us, right?
Yes.
Right.
Come out and see us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.